But God is always at work. Well, when I served in the church, I was able to serve in a couple of different areas. My favorite areas were serving in sound and in visuals. Other areas that I served was in helping with kids, and I was able to do the janitor stuff and cleaning things to try and help the building to be presentable. I was able to serve in areas of secret ministry things. I'm not going to tell you what they were because then it would not be secret, but I did have about 4, maybe 5 areas of secret ministry things. One day, I hope that God will heal me enough that I can come back to most, if not all of those. At a light behind a few other cars, and the person behind me did not realize we had come to a stop, and so he was trying to get his phone that fell, and he unfortunately went into the back end of my car. Well, he went under the back end of my car. I do not know what all I hit my head on, but unfortunately from that, I got a concussion, and I had, over the course of the time, I had the front of my head, my frontal lobe swelled, and my brain started coming out, it sounds bad, the back of my head. God was able to bring my brain back into normal size. And now I am working through what's called post-concussion syndrome. And I am working through a secondary thing that basically my brain and my body don't talk properly, and that is why I sometimes move funny or talk. God is beyond amazing. I am so blessed. I see God moving in so many areas. If I did not have God's peace and hope and strength to know that He is the one who is in control of this time frame, even though I don't like it, I have told Him I don't like it. I know that He is the one who is in charge of when I'm going to be healed and how I am going to be healed. If I did not have the comfort of the Spirit, if I did not have the knowledge that God created this crazy brain and He has the complete ability to fix it, but moreover, He has the ability to be glorified in this situation. I don't know how yet, but I know God is going to use this situation to help others, and that is the most amazing thing, that God could take me, who I suck as a person, but He could allow me to go through this so that way He can refine me and my walk with Him, and so myself, and I don't even know how many other people can be a witness to His glory. Can you understand a Father who does that? I can't, and I'm living it. I have come from a place of, I had to learn how to cut chicken again. I had to learn how to speak properly again. I know people say I don't speak properly now, but it's much better than it was. I have learned with different. I pray that God allows me to see people as He sees them. But that dynamic has completely changed now because of the experience that I have. God has allowed me to speak into people's lives that I never would have been able to speak into because of this. I've been able to speak into the lives of doctors, of technicians, of physical therapists and speech therapists, people who encourage me to meditate to the universe. I get to meditate and I get to praise the creator of the universe, not the creation. What a blessing. As I have gone through this journey, I have had a couple of different things that I have asked for prayer for. But what I have not actually openly asked my church family for prayer for is God's will. I've asked for healing. I've asked for being able to return to activities. I've asked for employment, being able to work more. But I have not asked you to pray for God's will. So if you're going to be praying for me, first and foremost, thank you. I know God hears our prayers and answers them in His time and way. But I pray that His will be done with all of this, that we will be strengthened in that and see Him continuing to move. But most of all, that no matter what, we would be in His will and follow His will and direction.
And I found this church just walking my dog, and when they were doing this, working on the lawn, I said, "Hey, what's this going to be?" And he says, "Oh, it's a church." I said, "Really? A gathering place? Okay." And so he told me what time, and my wife was dying of cancer at that time, and yeah, I came in, and Tim was preaching, and it was about grief in the Bible. I said, "Okay, God, this is where I'm supposed to be." And I never left this church yet, and never will, unless it falls away. They said I had one of the stents was crushed, and I had another artery that was clogged, and things like that. But I wasn't worried, about it. When I had the heart attack, I was in Arizona at the time, and I had to fly back here because I knew something was wrong. But I just did the footsteps. I did what I was supposed to do, and I prayed a lot about it and said, "Okay, Lord, if you want me, you can have me. I'm ready anytime." And it was funny because that doctor really, said, "Man, I don't meet too many people like you," And I said, "Well, you should go to church. You can meet more," But the nurses were real good. They couldn't understand. You said most people get really scared before the procedure, and they said, "You're just so calm and easy to work with," And I said, "I'm just here to do what I got to do, and I've been here before, so just get her done one way or another." I think he did. I think it was more watching the other people's expression, when I was telling them I'm good with whatever happens, I'm fine with who I am, And they kind of asked me some questions in there and stuff. And I said, I'm a Christian. I've been a Christian for a lot of years, And I said, I walk with the Lord. And whatever's going to happen is going to happen. It's beyond me in the fear. If you walk with the Lord, you walk in the light, you won't have no fear of that. And I really believe in Psalm 23, my best one. As I walk through the valley of the death, I have no fear. So I had a lot of bad things happen, but the more the bad things, like when one first wife died, I went closer to the Lord, and I always seemed to get closer to Him, because I know being a Christian is about pain, and you have to walk through that pain to get to the other side. And it even talks about in the Bible, and disciples went through a lot of pain, a lot of misery, and all that, prison and all that. Oh yeah, God's always at work. No matter what, He's at work.